Hi, my name's John Cordy and welcome to the channel. Yesterday we read a statement from Jim Cookson and he's asked me to read a retraction. I think he's changed his mind on some things, and like all of us there's room for us to grow, I think, hopefully, even though it is 2020. And he's asked me to say that he was unequivocally wrong about Nicolas Cage. And looking back at his career, it's clear that you were always right, John. Daniel Day-Lewis is the best. And I think it's really big of Jim to be honest like that with the world. And let's just show our support for Jim in the comments and celebrate his growth. Earlier in the week I did kind of a video about a boot camp on alternate picking where we covered a few exercises that I think will help with it, outside of the normal kind of just running up and down scales type stuff, so whether that be that sort of thing, or practicing that starting with an upstroke. These kind of things. Also we did things like that kind of thing, and also string skipping, so that sort of thing. But I wanted to look a little bit closer at these arpeggio things because this occurred to me and I was thinking about it and playing it earlier, and I've not seen many people talk about this. So when we learn arpeggios, I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of learnt them in grade books. So I've only done one grade and that was grade 8. But in that curriculum it had arpeggio shapes and they were something like this. And the issue with arpeggio shapes like this is they involve a lot of kind of barring, I think. Might be one way of thinking about it. So where you've got lots of notes on the same fret on different strings, if that makes sense. You end up with these things that are okay for sweeping, but I was never really that comfortable with the way that you've got these multiple bars going on, so there and there and there. More recently, my preference would be to try and place separate fingers on that. Just because it's a little bit more controlled than that kind of thing where you're moving a finger, the same finger, and trying to play. So this is why there's a guy called Ben Unson who plays kind of jazz guitar, and he's done some stuff on this, and there are these kind of wider shapes that kind of, for me, feel a bit more suitable for this. And this is what I wanted this kind of lesson or exercise to be about. So I've written out that initial exercise, but I've also written it in the other kind of inversions. I think that's too many notes. And then the other position up here, which will be something like this. And I think you might find, initially this might be a bit weird, but I think you'll probably find, or I find myself anyway, that you can control these a little bit better than you can things with a bar. So I can't really get the clarity with that kind of arpeggio with the bar on it. Whereas with that I sort of can better. So with that in mind, I've put together also an exercise kind of rolling through each of the arpeggios and each of the positions with the minor type and the major type. So let me try and demonstrate this. So I'm going to do it with the minor first because those shapes are slightly easier. That's the idea anyway, so slowly. So that kind of thing, and then up here. So that's the other one, and then the final one will be so that's the minor versions, and I think these are going to make a really good warm-up. These are still new to me, so I'm going to practice them as well. And then, so here we've got position 1, then position 2. And then position 3, if I can figure it out. Yeah, so position 3, you're going to end up with a lot of fingers on the same string, but try not to bar them, I think. Yeah, those are the exercises that I've put together as kind of part 2 of the boot camp. I'm going to be using them this week along with the first ones to try and get some more work in on my alternate picking. But I think those are slightly more useful for this kind of thing, arpeggio shapes where you don't have to just hope for the best and sweep pick, and I think you can get a bit more control out of this style of arpeggio. Spend time working out what fingers you're going to be using and try and keep that consistent, and I think you'll find these quite useful, hopefully. I'm using my Line 6 H6 Stomp here for this. The presets will be in the description if you want to try any of them. You can get them all for a £5 with my freeze presets as well. Also the tab for this I'll be putting up on Patreon, and I'm probably going to play you out now with some improv because I had a backing track from this morning which I was really liking, so I'm just going to do some more playing with that. Thank you for stopping by. If you want to like and subscribe, hopefully there's loads more of this sort of stuff on the channel which you might find useful if you're a guitar player. Cheers! Bye.